Greetings to all our beloved followers wherever you are. Have a good day. Today, we want to talk about a serious challenge facing the Rwandan government led by the Frog-Victoire. It is caught in two major problems that are very difficult for the Frog-Victoire under the dictatorship of Paul Kagame to overcome. We can say that the time for the RPF has passed, but governments that have visionary observers can still do something. However, I do not think the RPF has people to get it out of these problems. The first problem is the ongoing war that disrupts security for the people in eastern DRC, including Ituri, North Kivu, and South Kivu. This war is most known in Rutshuru and Masisi because that is where the RDF M23 rebels had bases and conducted various commercial activities, especially mining precious minerals exported abroad. We mention the mines of Rubaya and many other places rich in minerals. This region is very rich in mining, agriculture, and livestock in the world. I am not exaggerating because there is clear evidence. The world currently uses vehicles, planes, boats, and other devices powered by batteries made from minerals mined in this rich region over the past 30 years. We recall that these minerals were mined illegally through looting in the DRC, with women being raped, and despite all this, researchers failed to get what they wanted. Much human life was lost, and it became impossible to hide the crimes committed in this area because child labor from as young as 5 years old to elders and many forced to work under the Frog-Victoire government was involved. This war took a new turn in recent years because this region was taken over by armed groups composed of the Rwandan army, using some DRC residents calling themselves M23 and even AFC, who looted, killed, and took major cities like Goma and Bukavu. The killings there were openly done, and it is clear that the Rwandan army was responsible. It is not easy for RPF to extricate itself from these things because many Rwandan soldiers died, causing conflicts among senior soldiers' families and widows who were never informed that their loved ones went to war in the DRC. Recently, a report from a human rights organization showed increasing military recruitment. We remind you that this military recruitment fills up daily with even senior officers being recruited. It is not just anyone. Furthermore, based on ongoing talks in Doha, Qatar, involving the RDF M23 rebels and the DRC, the rebels were forced to sign an agreement to immediately hand over all territories they had captured and support the peace plan. But this achieved nothing. Instead, they intensified efforts to move southwards to Kivu city of Uvira, which has already fallen, where many Rwandans were killed indiscriminately. We remind you that peace talks ending this war were preceded by peace agreements signed in the DRC by Foreign Ministers Therese Kayakwamba of the DRC and her Rwandan counterpart Olivier Nduhungirehe on June 27, 2025. After that day, only 3 people remain: President Trump, Tshisekedi, and Paul Kagame. This makes it difficult for the peace agreements in the DRC to succeed because there is clear evidence of territorial occupation that has exceeded limits. It is not easy for RDF to get out of this problem because they have no one to advise them to abide by the laws they signed. We recall that Rwanda's economy was based on looted resources from the DRC, and Rwanda does not have good relations with all neighboring countries. The current war linking Rwanda and DRC is also difficult for RDF M23. The second problem troubling the Frog-Victoire regime is the imprisonment of the opposition politician Madame Victoire Ingabire. Imprisoning this politician is a grave error by the Frog-Victoire because they did not consider the regional context at the time of her arrest. It is a bigger mistake than forcing her to participate in Rwandan politics during these times because she is the only politician who can make a difference internationally by advocating for Rwanda and even protecting the Frog-Victoire group. As we have continued to tell you, they have no one to get them out of this. The difficult thing for Frog-Victoire is to release Madame Victoire Ingabire. But even if they kill her, it would be like a snake swallowing a frog, which after reaching the stomach swells and suffocates the snake until it bursts. Or it is like hanging oneself and committing suicide. Also, RPF is currently in very difficult economic times. This woman, Ingabire, can worsen the situation because the European Union recently pressured the Rwandan government to release Victoire Ingabire without delay. Refusing to release her puts the economy in danger and provides reasons to overthrow the dictatorship of the 21st century killer, Paul Kagame. We remind you that today, Madame Victoire Ingabire has been in prison for 3 months unlawfully. Let's watch and see. Have a good day, Great Lakes Fire TV fans. Roderick Peter.